Angel Reese did what everybody expected Angel Reese to do.
Angel Reese is bringing back a legendary shoe. It's been reported that May 1st, the Angel Reese Shaq Gnosis shoes is dropping. If you're a 90s baby, you know how important these sneakers were. These were the shoes Shaq was wearing when he used to play like Giannis. From what I'm hearing, Angel Reese is dropping a whole capsule that includes these shoes, these as well, and also these runners.
Picture this, Reebok throws all its chips on Angel Reese, expecting a slam dunk, and instead gets the Titanic of sneaker launches. The hype machine was louder than a marching band in a library, but the shoe drop flopped harder than a belly flop at the Olympics. Now Reebok XX are sweating through their polos, wondering if they just funded the world's most expensive clearance rack item. Buckle up, this disaster is about to get way funnier.
Angel Wings, you say? Angel Wings? Hey, I think we got the official picks now. Reebok has officially gave us information regarding that Heat Angel was wearing yesterday. It's on. Officially, these are going to be dubbed the Me Bounds, which I ain't mad at it. They gotta send some over to Teague and them though. Gotta send some. I'll move out the way for y'all. But I know what colorway I'm getting. Get them white ones. I need me 2 pairs of these. One for me, one for my little sister. Gotta make sure she clean on the court. Let's go ahead and get y'all another image. I'm gonna get out the way so I can get y'all screenshots in. But the word on the street is that upper is based off of Angel Wings. That means it should be 10 times much cleaner.
Reebok thought they struck gold. After years of fading into the background while Nike and Adidas ran laps around them, they finally found their supposed savior, Angel Reese. The Bayou Barbie, with the charisma of a reality TV star and the confidence of someone who thinks they could sell ice to a polar bear. Reebok bet big, so big that you'd think this shoe launch was about to cure global inflation. The marketing campaign had more drama than a telenovela.
Give some love to the W, baby.
Dude, the amount of aura that it takes to go ahead and premiere your signature shoe on the cover of 2K, a lot of people were complaining about the fact that she's on 2K too, but I feel like a lot of those people, again, didn't understand the vision. I'm a person that has said for a long time too, she's the best player in the sky. If you actually watch, you can see, and that a lot of people compared her to Rodman. That was terrible because she always had the vision. She always had a lot of scoring ability too. So we're seeing that come into fruition. It's been an awesome week for her. I will say though, Reebok
7 straight doubles too. Like chain playing.
Every commercial, every billboard, every staged Instagram post screamed, "This changes everything." But here's the thing about revolutions, they only work if people actually show up. Instead of storming the sneaker market, this drop flopped harder than a fish out of water. Reebok hyped it like they had unlocked the lost ark of the covenant. But when sneakerheads and casual fans got their hands on the product, the reaction was more like, "This is it."
There's a clip of you like losing your shoe, trying to put it back on in game. A guard goes to the bucket. You push the guard, look at the guard and be like, "Get that the f out of there." Fire clip. Intense as hell. Was it worth the tech?
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah.
I think the game was pretty close. That was a close game. And if I had took that playoff, we could have lost that game. I told the ref, like, hold on, 1 second. She didn't want to wait, so that was what it was.
Hey, your 90s idols would have been very proud of that play.
The shoes looked less like a sleek, game-changing performance sneaker and more like something you'd find on clearance in the back of a discount sporting goods store, right next to the dusty rack of last season's Crocs. Reviews came in hotter than a jalapeno in July, but not in the way Reebok hoped. Complaints about comfort, style, and price spread like wildfire. Memes were everywhere. People joked the shoes weren't made for the court. They were made for punishment drills.
Well, there we have it. Someone went ahead and leaked the Angel Reese ones, and they getting fired. Yeah, they leaked them. Some boy named Kenneth leaked them. That's his name. Some boy named Kenneth. But I must say, they look a lot like the Reebok Engine Ace, which I understand. She tried some bad boys out for years. I want this for that shoe. I like it. But nah, these hard. When she said that she want her shoes worn with jeans, she want them worn like everybody wear Jordan, I was like, okay, in my brain, the white was not going to work. The white and black was not going to work. The purple black was not going to work. But the pink ones, this might work. I can see everybody throwing some baggy cargos with this. 4/4 length cargos.
And the timing? Horrendous. In a sneaker market that thrives on credibility, performance, and clout, Reebok threw their entire reputation into one basket, only to discover the basket had a massive hole at the bottom. Instead of being the next Air Jordan moment, it turned into the next cautionary tale of corporate desperation. This wasn't just a small stumble, it was an embarrassing faceplant. Reebok executives had to watch as the product they thought would carry the brand into a new era was instead turned into meme fuel. You could almost hear the panicked breathing from the boardroom, as if someone had just realized they mortgaged their future on a PowerPoint slide that read, "Gen Z loves Angel Reese." But let's be fair. Reebok didn't pick Angel Reese out of nowhere. They weren't wrong about her star power. They were just catastrophically wrong about thinking star power alone sells sneakers. Because when sneakerheads line up for a new release, they're not just buying personality. They're buying history. They're buying credibility. They're buying into a culture that demands more than just flashy marketing slogans. And that's where Reebok stumbled straight into quicksand.
Speaking of Angel Reese, today we're reviewing the Reebok Engine A, the same version that we first saw Angel Reese play in. These released on February 13th for a retail price of $120 US. This ERS technology, or energy return system, felt like a great support system to play in. They're super plush on foot, and honestly, no disrespect to Reebok, but I was pleasantly surprised at how bouncy the cushioning was. Dark gray, translucent rubber here on the outsole. I appreciate that it's a little bit sticky when you first dig your fingers into it.
The rollout was pure chaos disguised as hype. Flashy ads, over-the-top Instagram campaigns, endorsement from influencers who probably didn't know the difference between a free throw and a layup. Everything screamed artificial. Everything screamed boardroom decision. And the fans, they saw right through it. Instead of excitement, people were mocking the shoe before it even had a chance to find footing, literally. Some said the design looked like it was pulled out of a time capsule from 2007. Others swore it looked like something you'd get with a 2-for-1 coupon at Payless. The supposed game-changing design didn't inspire awe, it inspired laughter. Their last big hit was Allen Iverson in the early 2000s, and while those shoes were iconic, nostalgia alone doesn't sell a $150 sneaker in 2025. By the time the shoes actually hit stores, the so-called revolution had already been written off as a joke. Instead of selling out in minutes, pairs were sitting on shelves, quietly gathering dust while sneaker blogs gleefully wrote headlines about Reebok's latest misfire. What was supposed to be a bold comeback turned into a comedy of errors, the kind of mistake that makes business schools create entire case studies titled, How Not to Relaunch a Brand.
Load of this. Angel, I rock with you. But Angel Reese, she talking about something. Just like how they wear Jordans everywhere, I want people to wear the Angel Reese ones everywhere. Oh, I don't know if you're wearing them everywhere. But she also said Reebok is back. People are going to be wearing Reebok everywhere. Niggas going to be wearing Reebok. But them Angel Reese ones, off the court, I don't know. I get it. These is valid on court. They look good. They do. Them Angel Reese ones, I can't call them AR ones. I can't disrespect Arthur Reeves. The Angel Reese ones do look valid, bro. The Angel Reese design is cool. But I don't know how they're going to go with some jeans.
The panic set in fast. Executives who thought they'd be popping champagne were instead chugging Pepto-Bismol. Marketing teams that bragged about next-level consumer engagement were now desperately searching for ways to explain away the disaster. The disconnect between the hype they created and the reality of consumer rejection was so wide you could drive a semi-truck through it. Reebok wanted headlines, and they got them. Just not the kind they wanted. Instead of Reebok revolutionizes sneaker game, they got Reebok suffers embarrassing flop after betting big on Angel Reese. And in 2025, once the memes start rolling, there's no coming back.
Sports supporters, well, in case you do not know, the unrivaled 3x3 Women's Basketball League starts today, and I know so many of you are just really fired up and excited. The return of Angel Reese to a basketball court. You know, I was looking at the schedule. The whole broadcast is an hour long. Is that what I'm supposed to take out of this schedule? I don't get it. They're going to play the whole game, the whole broadcast, the whole 9 yards, because they got back-to-back games literally starting an hour apart on the same network.
Stocks can crash, but at least you'll find someone to buy at the bottom. Sneakers. If the crowd decides you're corny, you're done. There's no bailout package for uncool. And that's exactly what Reebok just discovered when Angel Reese's shoes hit the market like a wet sponge. Because fans didn't just reject the sneaker, they rejected the entire idea behind it. See, when you're selling basketball shoes, you're not just selling fabric, rubber, and some questionable color patterns. You're selling performance. You're selling credibility. You're selling a chance for some kid on a playground to feel like the next Jordan, Kobe, or even Caitlin Clark. But Angel Reese's shoe didn't give that vibe. Let's be real, Reese is talented, bold, and a media magnet. But in terms of basketball legacy, she's still writing her story. She's not a household name like LeBron or Steph Curry, who can sell sneakers just by breathing on them. She hasn't hit that level where kids in playgrounds are copying her moves and dreaming of wearing her number. She's closer to the beginning of her journey than the peak.
Angel Reese and Reebok just dropped a player-exclusive colorway of Reebok's new basketball shoe specifically designed by Angel Reese with her new logo on it, and they might be onto something here. So the shoe is called the Engine A, which is Reebok's newest basketball shoe that I think looks really good. It costs $120, is out in a bunch of colorways, and already being worn by Reebok's top athletes. Now this pair is themed around Angel Reese with her new logo on the tongue that was just debuted a few days ago, and acts as a teaser for her debut signature shoe with Reebok that's expected to drop early next year.
Which makes Reebok's decision even stranger, like putting a rookie on the cover of a video game before they played a full season. Ambitious? Sure. Smart? Not even close. That's where Reebok's strategy fell apart. They thought personality alone could drive sales. And while Angel Reese has personality to spare, sneaker culture isn't built on personality alone, it's built on proof. Proof that the shoe works. Proof that the athlete can carry it. Proof that people want to associate themselves with the story behind it. Nike didn't crown Jordan a legend with his first shoe. Jordan earned it by dominating the league and building mythology. Instead of doing the groundwork, building up a smaller line, testing the market, creating hype through scarcity, Reebok went all in on one massive drop. They shoved all their chips into the center of the table and announced to the world, "This is it, folks. Our big comeback." Only for the dealer to flip the cards and reveal Reebok was holding a 7 and a 2. Offsuit.
Angel Reese wanted her signature shoes to cost $1,000. Yeah, I said $1,000. That ain't the best one. They Reebok. Who in their right mind spend $1,000 for something? I understand for the people that know your worth, but you also got to know what you ain't worth. And it ain't no damn $1,000 for no goddamn Reebok. I mean, you got LeBron James, the best to do it in this generation anyway. Probably yours too. His damn shoes ain't $1,000.
Reebok's big miscalculation wasn't just the shoe or the athlete, it was misunderstanding the audience. Sneaker culture thrives on storytelling, not marketing buzzwords. When Nike drops a shoe, it comes with history, heritage, and a clear connection between athlete and product. When Adidas drops a shoe, they attach it to performance or a cultural icon. Reebok, they attached theirs to a hope and a prayer. Allen Iverson was a cultural phenomenon. His shoes weren't just footwear, they were a symbol of rebellion, street style, and dominance on the court. Instead, the reaction this time was more like, "Cool, but what's Nike dropping next week?" It's like trying to enter a rap battle with nursery rhymes. The audience doesn't boo because they hate you. They boo because you showed up unprepared. And Reebok was as unprepared as a student trying to wing a presentation after skipping every class.
After Angel Reese officially debuted her first signature shoe, more colorways have begun to surface, and what is astounding is that people are already heated over the Reebok Angel Reese one more than 6 months before it is released. Haters are already having a field day while her supporters are vigorously defending her as they wait to score a pair of the shoe. There's a reason for this.
The fallout was instant. Social media roasted the shoes mercilessly. Memes compared them to orthopedic sneakers your grandma would wear to bingo night. Reviews blasted the design, comfort, and overall vibe. The only people defending the shoe were paid influencers who looked about as enthusiastic as someone forced to smile in a hostage video. And the price tag? That was the finishing blow. Reebok priced the sneakers like they were already iconic, as if people would happily drop top-tier money on a shoe without heritage, hype, or design appeal. Consumers looked at the price, looked at the shoe, and collectively said, "You must be joking. If you want to charge premium prices, you'd better bring premium product." Reebok brought a participation trophy. That's not how it works. That's not how it's ever worked. Instead of writing a new chapter, Reebok ended up photocopying someone else's homework and doing it poorly. They wanted to be Nike without putting in Nike's decades of work. They wanted Jordan-level impact with Rooker-level credibility. They wanted sneaker culture to bend the knee, when sneaker culture doesn't bow to anyone who hasn't earned it.
6 straight double-doubles, hooping on the court, and dropping your signature shoe. Hey, Angel in her bag. Angel's in her bag. For those that don't know, Angel Reese had a sneak peek of her signature shoe that is coming out very, very soon, making her the 4th active WNBA player to have a signature shoe at this time. 2nd woman to ever have a Reebok signature shoe, so doing her biggest one.
So when the flop happened, it wasn't just about one shoe. It was about Reebok being exposed. Exposed for not understanding the market. Exposed for thinking hype could replace heritage. Exposed for believing that a flashy campaign could cover up a weak product. And now they're left scrambling, because once sneaker culture decides you're a joke, it's nearly impossible to win them back. You can discount the shoes. You can throw in free merch. You can even pay influencers to keep pretending they love it. But deep down, you know the truth. This sneaker isn't just a flop. It's a symbol of Reebok's desperation. Sales numbers were flatter than a pancake run over by a steamroller. Shelves were still full. Online stock levels weren't budging. And the only sold-out sign came from retailers who refused to order any more pairs. Suddenly, the boardroom looked like a live-action comedy sketch. Imagine a group of suits frantically brainstorming ways to salvage a product nobody wanted. Someone probably suggested slashing prices, only to realize that discounting a shoe this fast makes it look even more embarrassing.
Them boys ain't no way we paying $1,000 for no Reebok. He ain't even paying that for Jordans. Maybe she was running the play here. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. They were trying to hit across the head with a 40 ball. They say, hey man, we suggested $40 per pair. After negotiation, her strategizing, promoting the brand, they settled on $150. But whenever they hit her with the 40, she like, shit, I'm gonna aim for a band. So they can then give me what I want, a regular shoe price, around $150. You know what I'm saying? 150, 200. I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and say that's what she was aiming for. But I'm very strategic. I analyze this shit. But that shit there is crazy. Them shoes would have been collecting days.
And for Angel Reese, it was an awkward moment. Her star power was still there, but her sneaker was being roasted harder than a Thanksgiving turkey. The bigger picture here is almost tragicomic. This flop exposed the massive gap between what Reebok thinks it is and what the market knows it is. They thought they could waltz back into the game after years of irrelevance and act like kings. Instead, they got reminded that sneaker culture is ruthless, legacy matters, performance matters, authenticity matters. And without those, you're just another brand shouting into the void while Nike and Adidas print money. Angel Reese will recover. Her career is too big not to. But Reebok, they just reminded the world why they've been living in the shadows. The punchline writes itself. Reebok didn't just launch a sneaker, they launched a comedy special disguised as footwear. Angel Reese may dominate on the court, but off the court, her sneaker deal is playing junior varsity ball. And unless Reebok figures out how to stop tripping over its own laces, this won't just be a flop, it'll be the start of their next downfall.